Okay, back again with a couple of tables of 5 and L, and played a little bit this week, not too much. Played a session earlier. I had a royal flush, and I actually won a few chips with it. Royal flush, ace king of spades, 3-bet pre, queen of spades, jack of spades on the flop, 10 of spades on the turn. Ace on the river, and the guy had king jack, so she had a straight. All right, anyway, enough gloating about the royal flush. Let's get on with this. I got pocket fours. Flopping middle set. Nice. Incredibly dry board. And I still think we want to put a raise in. I think we'll make quite a small raise. I don't think he can fold an 8 for this sizing. But apparently he can on a board that dry. It's like, what else are we really raising with? So it's disappointing. Disappointing. Maybe we should just be calling that. Going to call with the 10 over here. And yeah, just be calling again. So as the fours are raising that spot or not, maybe not. Maybe you can sort of second guess yourself all the time. It's such a difficult spot really for him to have much of a hand. It's almost like if ever a board was too good, that may have been it. I hadn't actually noticed a bloke in the big blind. He had 26 big blinds. Doesn't have to shove, but he does. 10-9 of clubs, not going to be the hand. King 8 of diamonds, slightly loose open the cutter. King 6 of spades, getting a good price, closing the action. I think suited we can call. It's actually quite a good board. Yeah, I think we call here, especially since we also have the backdoor spades. An 8's here I'm going to call. It is really unlikely that anybody has a particularly strong hand here, so I'm going to bet huge. Like, no one checks a set on the turn. I'm going to call with these 8's as well. I'm going to bet big. You never check a set on the turn there, mate. I don't really know what he could have here that's that strong. That makes no sense. Why would you check back the turn? Oh, the 8's we've got to fold. Obviously, I have to fold here, but how can you have a hand? And we get a walk with the aces. So we're getting our timing just right as usual. That can't make any sense. Why would you check 6-7 back? Oh well. Sometimes people just take lines that they just don't. I'm right that he did check back on the turn, didn't he? Yeah. Oh well. We went for it and it didn't work out. That's quite often how my play seems to go. I bet big with the set of fours, everybody goes away. I bet big with nothing, and it doesn't get through. I'm sure a lot of people feel that like that. Um, this guy's fairly tight. Yeah, we'll go with the 3-bet with King Jack of Spades though. Okay. Yeah, I'll have a look at that King Six hander again later just to see if I can make sense of it. And I'm still considering playing a little bit more tenor now at some stage, but so it's got to get a more regular pattern of playing rather than just playing sort of sporadically. Okay, and well, we'll go for a 3-bet here with the kings. I think that's fine. I mean, he's a player there who had pretty tight stats. It's almost for some people like if you get 4-bet, obviously kings you're never gonna do anything other than just go all in. But you don't think they've got much other than aces in their 4-betting range. I know my 4-betting range is often fairly tight, to be perfectly honest. Don't put a 3 up there. Good. I guess we'll make up from the small blind with 10-7 off. There's been a little bit more of this tonight, a little bit more limping. You don't see too much of that. And against a min raise, I think we'll go 3-bet, make it a little larger. We could 3-bet this as well. I think I want to get too carried away. Plus, I'm playing a slightly shorter stack on this table, which I should top up really. Okay. This guy's got 47 big blinds. Is he going to go for it? No, he just calls. We get a poor board. We'll go for a check this time. I think we can call for one big blind. Yeah, I mean, obviously we have to call. He's going to have quite a lot of ace-x though, so it'd be nice to hit a diamond on the river. If we don't, and king. So hopefully he has jack-10 and just checks it. I think we can just check fold if he bets. Yeah, we can just check fold. Disappointing, but it's such a shitty board with queens. Okay, we get we'll fold the 6-4. I think we'll call with the queen jack. Flop nothing. This is just kind of a c-bet that I think you're going to see so much. So even though we're not really representing too much, we are going to go for a check raise. And as usual, we immediately get called. He didn't even think about that. When people don't even think, like ace jack, ace 10, all those sorts of hands, I think they at least consider it. So we're gonna check. And if I went for the double check raise here, it might get through, but I'm not going to try it. Just doesn't seem to play that the place to get value isn't to try to blast people off spots where they're just snap calling. So my bluffs so far are working out about as well as they usually do. And I'll check this. Just throw that away. Yeah, this is pretty ugly board. So we had some showdown value. We still got some showdown value. I mean, he doesn't have to have a heart. So, but apparently he called pre-flop with 5-8 off. Queens again. Getting some cards, to be honest, in some of these sessions. It just doesn't seem like the cards post-flop cooperate in the way that I would like. King, Queen. Works perfectly fine as a call or a raise. This time we'll go for the raise. I'll be opening King Jack. Wouldn't shock me to get 3-bet by this guy. He's got a very high 3-bet stat and he just calls. Queen 9 of clubs, raises up. Guy in the big blind doesn't have many chips. We get a shitty board and he immediately donks out for more or less pot. Nothing much we can do. Oh my god, what is that? I mean, it's going to work, but fuck me, that seems pretty ridiculous in the sizing. Slightly loose open on the button. And get a free board with King 3. These are the kind of... No, I think actually we do fold. With two people behind us, we've got top pair, no kicker. You wouldn't have played the... I wouldn't have played the hand normally, so the fact that I get a free one, I shouldn't play it. Now looking at what's happened on the turn, I'm regretting my fold. Maybe this is a hand. Just be interesting to see if we get to see the cards here. What kind of hands people are playing. King Queen. Okay, so we were losing. And King 10 of diamonds. Ace 5 off. We'll just fold. And chucks it away. So not too much interesting has happened. There was a couple of interesting hands early, but it's kind of gone quiet. I'm just don't know about hands like that, whether you should be calling another gun raises, probably not. Jack 10 diamonds, really nice playable hand. Don't think I want a 3-bet, I think I just want to take a flop. And Queen 10 off, I think we can defend with this. And we'll just fold Jack 10. Kind of board that's probably going to not really great for a early position raiser, but I'm a little reluctant sometimes to try and bluff somebody who's playing smaller stack. They can often get very attached to hands, and I'm just going to fold. I'm trying to refrain from bluffing too much. The value is generally going to come from just betting when you've got it. I think that's the idea. I try to sound like I have some idea what I'm talking about as I sit with 62 big blinds at 5-0. I'll just get rid of those. There's not a huge amount happening in this session, so there's not a huge amount for me to say. Okay, pocket tens. Well, something to talk about. Guy raises under the gun. Still think we want to three bet. We'll go for three bet. I'll go for a small three bet. This is why I probably shouldn't play these silly stack sizes because it becomes a bit more awkward. He checks very far. We'll check back with ace, no kicker. He calls. Not a terrible board for tens. And obviously we can't check back the flop and then fold this, but I don't love that he's just potted here. Tens I'm going to just check. And I suppose for this sizing we have to call, but often people are just going to show up with like ace jack or something. Yeah. I call out someone's hand and then just go ahead and call anyway. Here we have to call. He can certainly have hands like eights, nines, fives, sixes, all those sorts of hands. I'm expecting him to check that card quite a lot. He bets. It's kind of weird. And it looks value-y for that size. Am I just going to end up calling again? I'm getting such a great price. Well, maybe we should just raise. Oh, go on. We'll see what we got. Ace king. I don't know. It doesn't feel like much of anything I do works. Maybe I should just bet the flop. But I check back, which is an okay play. Call the turn. Again, that's okay. Does he have to hit the river? Apparently he does. And we'll top up after this hand. Because we can't play with 34 big blinds. That's just too short. Sometimes I'm not sure whether I misplay stuff or whether I play it sort of okay, but there's a lot, I just get a lot of shitty river cards in particular for some reason. Again, we flopped nothing. We'll go for a small C bet. And we'll raise it up with the king queen. This guy's got pretty tight stats, which means he's probably going to limp re-raise. Okay. For a min raise, could go certainly for a raise here. Got such little, so little in the way of stats. I'm a bit reluctant, a bit gun shy at the moment. So what happens, I think, when stuff starts to go badly, you just can't seem to win pots, and people just keep hitting hands on you. You tend to then get a little bit nervous about putting chips in the middle, even at 5 and out. Again here, getting 3 bet. This can't really be a fold, I don't think, but the hand plays so poorly post flop. Because often what's going to happen here is going to be check, bet, and I will call here. Obviously not going to call with sixes and then fold on this board. And I think we can check and check call one more time. Almost wonder about turning the sixes into a bluff, because when he bets this sizing, it kind of looks like tens or jacks or something like that, but we do have one more call in us. And now I think we're just going to have to check fold. But fortunately for us, he wussed out with whatever he had. What do you have? Ace deuce of spades. He didn't go for it on the river. Okay, so for one big blind here, clearly got a call. Not in love with my hand, but definitely can't fold for that size. Checking. One big blind again. I don't know what this is. We're just checking and probably going to have to give up on that unless he bets one big blind again. Okay, ace queen of diamonds for a 4x. I think it's okay to just call. And we get an interesting board. He immediately pots it. Got 3 hands on the guy, so I've got no idea how he's playing. He's never really going to have a set on this board, is he? Do I want to just run it? I think we'll call, and we've got some turns that will slow him down that aren't just diamonds. That should be a good card unless he has exactly aces or ace king. Wouldn't expect him necessarily to bet pot on the flop with ace king. And aces, well, there's only one combo left, so we've got to call. And now, just please don't have ace king. Okay. Okay. See. moan it in, whinge, and the session improves. Really, the session's improved because I've hit a couple of hands, and the guy with the flush draw in the previous hand didn't choose to bet the river. But had we gone with it on the flop there, um, we would have won a. We would have probably won a larger pot. So I'll still get a moan in even if I'm winning the hand and have aces. Okay, and right, look at this. Okay, so we've got to raise, and we'll go for the we have aces raise. And he immediately called, what on earth's going on here? Well, as flops go, that ought to be tremendous. I don't think we want to raise particularly large. Don't need to go too big. Yeah, I think this is fine. Now I don't think we really need to mess around. He's got such a small amount left that surely we're just getting it in at this point. Okay, and we hold. Nice. I think we can probably label that guy as a whale. Yeah, I think that ace three there is not really great. So that tends to be how my sessions go. Like anyone who knows what they're doing, I tend to lose, but you get there's still plenty enough whales, and I've accidentally hit to get it out of big blinds there, so I've raised a weird amount. An a6 of hearts with that sizing, we're just going to fold. We get four bet quite large as well. I think we're going to fold. I think let's have a quick look at his stats. Four bets. If I can work out how to use this thing. Yeah, he's pretty tight. Yeah, we're just gonna let it go. Bit weak, but if he'd made it smaller, we'd have called. But it's quite large. Usually, I would rat hole if I was just playing and not recording, but I can't be bothered farting around with the thing. And kings. The reason I would usually do it is because I don't particularly love playing very deep stacked. As you can see how I'm not that comfortable playing 100 big blinds, let alone 200. Wonder what the other guy must have had in that hand. A pocket pair. Must have done, like jacks or tens or something like that. Because we were kind of announcing it the way we were playing, like, hey, everybody, we've got aces. All right. 3x from the small. Getting some cards in these sessions, got to be honest. Like, not card dead in the slightest. We get called, and this guy three bets. We've only got 9 hands on him, so it's not much we can really get from that. In position, this is a pretty easy call. And pretty delicious looking board. And a pretty delicious turn here. Right, so we're going to bet large here. If this guy has a hand, he will call. Do we raise this, or do we just call? I think we raise really tiny. Oh my god, I'm such a twat. The reason I raise tiny, A, because I'm a twat, but B, because I I don't want a spade to roll off and slow him down. He's never going to fold an ace. So I figured that's the best thing to do, but it doesn't keep his bluffs in, doesn't give him a chance to keep barreling. I don't know. But I can't argue about the cards in this session. That's the second set I flopped. I was looking at my poker tracker the other day, the luck bell curve thing, and that had me in the extremely unlucky, between extremely unlucky and very unlucky for flopping sets. But that's certainly been not the case in this session because that's the second set that we've had. So we had a set of nines, the nut straight. To be honest, it didn't really make much from them. Alrighty, ace king of diamonds. Cards keep on coming. Get a min raise in the button and here, so we will squeeze it. And yeah, I think 11 is fine. And on this board, I think we can go reasonably. I think we can go slightly more than half pot. That's fine. Always nice when they just immediately fold, isn't it? When you three bet with ace king, flop nothing. You get your quick moan in that you never flop a hand with ace king, fire off the bet. When they just quickly fold, you're quite relieved. Jacks now. Look at these cards. Looking tremendous. Right, well, the last time we were in this situation, we flopped a set of nines, so let's hope we can flop a set of jacks. Not this time. 5-4 of spades. Now, this might be a bit loose, but I'm going to call because I think the other two behind me are also going to call. But this is a bit loosey-goosey. Jacks here, I think it's just a good spot to check back. I think when he does this, he has ace-king just about every time. So I'll go for the double check back. Okay, now I think we can easily value bet this. So I think we'll just go for I'll go for a 2/3 pot. My spades don't come in on the left. So for that sizing, I'm just going to throw it away. And we get called. And I'm assuming that just had to be. I know people put people on ace king. That had to be ace king, surely. And it was ace king. So we got that one right. So we're closing in on half an hour. So we'll play for a little bit longer, not too much. I think the video's at half an hour, probably about right. Videos again, getting, somewhere between 30 views. And what I don't get is like one video I did not that long ago, got 150 views. And then a video that's basically the same thing, the same content, gets like 35. I'm like, why is that? I never really get that. Okay, so we will play for. We'll sit out next big blind on both tables. Okay. Have to say the cards have been very kind to me in this session. The session started kind of iffy and but has massively improved. Let's see if we can win a hand or dust off here with ace queen. Quick fold from our opponent. Okay, so reasonable session. I'm just going to check my poker tracker just to see what actually happened in the session in terms of up or down. So we were up 423, 455. So having been down at the start of the session, then went back up. Really can't argue with the cards. They were very kind to me. What were the big hands? Big hand was the aces, where the bloke just basically gave us some chips with ace three. Won a recent pot over here with jacks. Hit a set with fours. Hit a straight with ace queen. The cards were kind. And anyway, nice little session there. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.